All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Autoclub, sitting out here at old California. We were supposed to be at Homestead, had some setup issues throughout the week, and SCSS, well, that's a lot of letters, huh? I'm trying to read and try to do this. SCSRA's admin team decided they were going to pull Homestead and they're going to move out west, keep the season going. Right now, these guys underneath qualifying, but they're getting ready to run 110 laps. Stage is going to be at lap 30. We're going to get into some stuff, but before we do, let's just head to our national anthem and get the party started.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the USRA. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. It's land of the brave, the USRA. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the
All right, and we are back live up in the booth. I got Robert Duvendak up here with me, and of course, it is Wednesday night, so Tony Starch making his way into the booth. He shows up once a week, has a good time. This week his mouth is actually moving again, so hey, he's got an upgrade. Qualifying still going on. About 4 minutes remaining. So let's take a look at our current standings. As you can see, the points leader right now, sitting for the SCSRA broadcasting team, Mr. Rob Duvendak, man. I don't know how you're doing it up there, all these distractions, but here you are. Everybody chasing you.
Well, they won't last long, so we'll enjoy it while we can.
That's it. We're going to take the small victories up here in the booth. D. Wright, Butchino, they're the closest behind. Prevolt, Joe Wright, Brad Young, Merle, Kevin Graham. I heard Kevin Graham, by the way, has a motion rig. It's just what I heard. I don't know. It's what I hear pre-race, so that's what I'm going to call out now. Mr. Junior, Josh Hall. Junior, by the way, did not win last week until post-race, where we actually had a disqualification of the winner with the old lane change. So Junior gets the win, locks himself in. Josh Hall, he's now 10th. Mr. Hartney, he's 11th. Tell you what, if you check out the stream for Monday night, go ride with David Hartney. He went spinning. I'm not letting it go. He wants me to let it go, but it was probably the best wreck I've seen in a long time, and he chuckles about it. He died. Riley Gomes rounds out in 12th. A little bit of a schedule change. I know this is going to say we are at Homestead. I probably need to change that. We are not at Homestead. Had some technical difficulties with the setup. Didn't want these guys coming out here and driving 20 miles an hour. So we've moved out west. Next week, Dover. Man, we haven't been to Dover in a long time. That's going to be fun.
That's going to be a mess.
It's going to be a mess, but we haven't been there in a while. You know what? I like messes, though, so I'm good with it. Tony Starch, he loves messes. You may not love them. You're on the track. And then, 2 weeks from now, we're going to Indy Oval, so that's going to be a good little time. 2 minutes left. Let's see. Do we have anybody still out on track? I don't think they're out there right now. Oh, we got one. We're going to find them. Maybe. There it goes. We got a couple. Matt Allen currently out here qualifying. So, seeing a lot in qualifying there, Duve. To include yourself, a lot of guys making contact with the wall. What's going on up there?
Yeah, the high lane is kind of the preferred lane early in a run, and the closer you can hang that right rear out to that wall, better of a lap you're going to put down there in qualifying. And unfortunately with iRacing, if you touch the wall in the slightest bit and it shows even a 0x pop up on your screen, that lap will be disqualified. It won't count it. So I tried to get all I could on both my laps, touched the wall both times, so I'll be starting at the back, trying to drive my way up through this.
Hey, well, there's going to be plenty of time with 110 laps and that one stage, which will throw out a caution at lap 30. So Matt Allen done qualifying. Mr. D. Wright. His late qualification gets him on cam. Let's watch Kevin Graham. I think he's out there. And with that motion rig, you think he'd be feeling it around here, huh?
Oh, yeah. This place is extremely bumpy, and unfortunately, in real life, it's even more bumpy right now because there is no track there. So it's just sand dunes right now.
Just dunes.
Yep, all that's left of this beautiful track is the front stretch. So there's in the pit road. And apparently NASCAR is supposed to be turning it into a short track, and they sold the rest of the land around there because it's in California, and land's, skyrocketed in price. So they sold the majority of the land. They're talking about building a short track. Hasn't been really announced officially yet. It's just been kind of rumored, but unfortunately, we'll never see the cars race on this track because this track was a great race to watch towards the end of its life there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is gone. But with that, these cars are going to start grids, so let's go and get those engines started.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
as these guys begin to grid. About a minute left in gridding. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good night tonight. And Blaze Richardson, my kids are in the kitchen now. I bought some pizza earlier. They're in there cooking it. I'm about to have pizza during the broadcast, so we'll be thinking about old Blaze tonight as we chow down on that. Which Blaze?
I haven't seen Blaze out here lately, so I'm not sure.
He did have some computer issues, but he tunes into the chat from time to time.
Kind of nervous. I thought maybe he got turned into a pizza.
He might have been turned into a pizza, but Carlton, get off your phone. No skirt. It's time to drive, baby, as these cars are going to grid. And there they go. We'll change this to our laps to go. It's going to be 111 as we go into our formation laps to the grid. Tyler Powers. Oh, that's wrong. That is totally wrong. Let's hide that and start it over. That was the practice. Because it's going to be Devin Butchino. He's going to start on the pole. Matt Allen starting next to him. Ryan Gomes, Cat 5-5, almost pulled the pole. Fell back to third. David Hartney. Garrett Fox. Sharn Hill. Joe Wright. Mike Prevolt. Eddie Morris driving his Lost Bet Avalanche car. Well, when you bet on your team for hockey and you lose here in this league, you're going to drive a hideous car. He is not happy about it. He said it looks prettier when it gets a little wall contact. We'll see how the night goes in that 8. Could become his lucky charm. Tyler Powers. Brett Merle, Max McCarty. Josh Hall, Riley Gomes. Zach Cox, Jake McCarty. Kevin Graham, Balenciaga. D. Wright, Carlton Charles. Trey Spears, James Fox. Salvati, Ryan Likens. Jr., Jay Vault. And Robert Duvendak. Your points leader starting in the back.
Hey, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, just on as I finished it, we are green. So a little bit shorter track, got to get through it quicker, and I'll tell you what, we're not used to these big fields
we're
here.
reckoning one already.
We are rounding round.
Looked like someone drifted up in the middle of the turn there. It is very, very loose on the start of these races, so looks like he might have went into turn too deep and drifted right up into everyone.
Well, it looks like old J-Vot, he may have been, did he get involved in it early? It gave me the indication of oh, nope, it is in front of Jay. Let's see. I've got Brock Salvati right there. He's going to be involved with it. I think that's going to be... Man, there's a bunch of cars involved. Is that Carlton right off the rip? No, it is the Balenciaga. It is Balenciaga. And nope, he's actually going to run into the wreck. But that's a good view to go from. As we will start with Balenciaga here. As he did run through it. And there's that car getting loose. And that's going to be Kevin Graham right off the rip. And Tyler Powers, man, in 23. I changed all their numbers on this thing earlier. But Tyler Powers, he had the big runs last week. Max McCarty being your 23. He's going to lose the front end. That may be a fast repair for Max right off the rip. It does look like Powers is going to be okay. A little bit of damage, but they're going to bring it down to the pits. Just like that, the first caution.
You can already hear people talking about trying to conserve fuel and save it and stretch it. So we'll have to see how this plays out with cautions and stages and With the stage coming at lap 30, I haven't even gotten a reading on what we can do on fuel yet, so it'll be interesting to see who saves fuel here to try to stretch it.
Yeah, it showed Jay Vaught involved in that wreck, and he was able to avoid. So, fast repair is being used. Max McCarty, Tyler Powers, Kevin Graham. So, just like that, 3 fast repairs are gone. Looks like Balenciaga, he's going to be able to hold on to his. You're Devin Butchino, you're out front getting that clean air right where he wants to be. Matt Allen going to be looking to take some of it away. He's got Hartney and Gomes behind him. You don't usually see this from Devin. He usually rides mid-pack, a little late, especially during the first stage, but maybe out front is where he's going to feel the safest tonight. Tell you what, it's going to be tough to try to get some commercials at these quick caution laps, but we'll make sure we hit them all. Remember, tonight's race is sponsored by America's Auto Auction out of Western Michigan. So they
might have to
sponsored
make
last
a trip up there.
Well, they sponsored last week. It got Michigan, and this week I was like, man, what is going on? It was a long sentence, and I was like, oh wait, we're at Homestead. So like, we're not Michigan. Hey, round of applause to Brett Murrell. He's got the fastest lap at 1 minute.
Ooh, blistering. I can't imagine those tires are probably shot.
Oh, man. It's time to pit in. These guys are going to be looking to make it a little bit longer of a run coming up. It's going to be interesting to see, especially those cars on that low line. You saw how easy Graham just kind of lost control of it. Butchino going to give the pace car a little bump. I mean, we've seen that one before. Just like that, pace car's away. Into the Geico restart zone we go, and Butchino gets out to a big jump. I'll tell you what, Matt Allen wasn't even really next to him. He was more next to David Hartney, so that's going to leave Butchino almost a car length on that start. He's going to be able to dive to that inside. We'll see which line he follows here. Hartney currently trying to run him down. Joe Wright making some moves. He's got that beautiful number 8 Avalanche. Sorry, Eddie. I know you'll rewatch this and you'll love every time I mention it. That's okay. Looks good out there. As Wright comes up in the front of Morris. Just gets cleared. He's got brother Joe in tail. See if these guys settle down a little bit. Get a little heat into these tires. Matt Allen, he's going to move into second. Butchino moving back to third. I wonder if this is his tire saving strategy. Maybe fuel saving a little bit. He knows if he's the leader, he's burning the most. So, ooh, Riley Gomes almost breaks loose as they come back around to the front. Oh, Josh Hall into the wall. He's riding that high side, and you can see Dubnik said it in qualifying. If you get too close, you just nudge that back, and Hall does, and a little bit of paint going to be missing from that right side.
Yeah, it'll suck you straight into that wall once you tap it with that right rear, so you gotta be very careful of kicking it out there in turn.
Well, sure enough, he did. Hall going to come to the bottom this time around. I think he wants to get away from it. D right, opting to stay. He's going to stay up high. He's got his brother in front of him. Hall all the way down to the apron. He's going to shoot back out, able to get back in front of Riley Gomes. See, the track definitely wide enough for these guys to be pretty comfortable 3 wide. And we've got one blinking on next to Mr. Hall. I believe that's Mr. Tithoff over there, and it is. He was blinking on his outside. Everybody able to give him some space. He comes back. Mr. Hartney, your leader.
You can see everyone's starting to kind of migrate up towards the top here a little bit. As the run goes on, the tires kind of wear out. It gets tighter. You'll see them start going up here more. Later in the run, you might even see them, like towards the end of a run, you'll see them start going to the bottom because the top starts to die down and the bottom starts to make more speed since it's a shorter way around.
Well, you can see them now. They're trying to stay up close to that wall. Most of these guys already on a 10-lap stint. They were, I think in practice, they were calling right around 15 to 18 laps is where the car really started to change. And we'll see if that holds true. As we're going to pull our sponsor banner back over to where it belongs. Last week, ATVO had a little bit of an issue, and we ran with the backup, and it worked, got us through. As the old Cheeseburger Motorsports comes up. Yes, Cheese, it is definitely getting spicy, buddy. That's what I need to do. I need to pull down our SCSRA broadcasting logo and everything back to the way it's supposed to look. We were able to finally get that update done last week, and I'll tell you what, that was probably the longest update. We are under 100 laps. You see the McCarty brothers, they're going to opt to stay towards the back. Max already involved in that early incident. So he's going to opt to stay. Try to keep it clean in the back. And Duvendak, who started last, he's already worked his way up into 17th, so trying to get his runs here.
And trying to make up some ground, but also trying to save the tires here. See if some of these guys can wear them out more than I can, and we can start picking them off.
Well, that is definitely not going to be an easy thing to save and gain ground, but I have some faith in you. See, it's definitely getting spicy back here, even with the McCarty brothers trying to drive and save their cars a little bit. They're going to have to split. Even back here, they are 3 wide. As David Hartney still leads the way with Matt Allen. There's that ugly, ooh, that Avalanche car. Oh, that's Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris in that Avalanche car. He's riding in the 8. He's worked his way all the way up to 3rd. He's going to love every second of this broadcast, by the way. Oh boy, my daughter just came in. It's Blaze Richardson pizza time. I can't wait.
Woo, cowabunga, dude.
It sure is. Hey, Eddie Morris sets the fastest lap, 40.569. So this Avalanche car right now working well for him. He's still trying to chase down old David Hartney, though. Already locked into the playoffs with his win at the Devtona champion this year. I don't know if anyone's been reminded.
Only every week.
Every week. I think he likes to hear it, though. Who doesn't want to hear it is the 68, Devin Butchinos. He's started on the pole. He's worked his way, held on for a little bit. I think he opted to come back here. Wanted to get out of the fresh air, maybe out of the fuel burning stage and save a little tire, as he's dropped all the way to 6th. And he's got a pair of Wright brothers behind him. David and Joe. Both trying to run down their teammate. All putter neon, so I think they've got a strategy. Carlton Charles not texting and driving tonight. He is sitting 9th.
Oh, I sure hope not. This is a handful tonight.
Well, you know, I would hope not on most nights, but it's when I hope not, he ends up doing it anyway. Garrett Fox takes the fastest lap away from Eddie Morris, 40.551. So you should have seen it now. What's your fuel window looking like there?
Yeah, we got plenty of laps to make it here to the stage, so I don't think fuel is a concern at all for anyone, even those who didn't stay or who didn't pit early.
Well, it looks like Junior and Jay Vaught, they're picking up some incident points back there. And Junior okay. Jay Vaught hanging on, but currently sitting 27th and 28th, so. Oh, that was almost catastrophic there, as Max McCarty almost hit Cody Bullock. They almost made contact. Remember, Max already using his fast repair on the night, so he was able to avoid it, get past it, and he's going to ride next to the Balenciaga. Trey Spears getting tight, getting a little close here. He's trying to work the track in that 3. I'll tell you what, you put this on camera chase, we're going to jump all around as these guys are dooring left and right in these turns. You can see them really spread out. They try to get to that high side on the entrance. And then you have Jake McCarty, who's still dropping it low. I think David Hartney may have had a little bit of an issue there, but he's good to go. He slipped up a little bit. Eddie Morris able to close that gap. Not quite sure why he called the David Hartney may have crashed. We're going to go take a look. Did he just come up, kiss a wall? Nope, I think he just did the old flash one time. He's good to go, as we have, what, 7 laps? 8 laps to go until stage 1. Oh, we got wrecking in front of Duvendak. Oh, Duvendak has that click on him to go check to see what he's doing. Just nowhere to go. And off the track, that is not going to be good, as I don't know if the caution is going to come out there.
No, we do not have a caution, so.
I don't think it was going to happen. You're the only car and you're off the track, and let's go roll back and see what happens. Oh, looks like just breaks loose in front of you. And that's Tithoff again. Breaks loose, sends you up into the wall, and then nowhere to go. And almost actually left the field. Good thing that wall was looking the other way.
Yeah, the car's hurt pretty bad, but it's drivable, so we'll see. We'll see what damage is like at the stage here and assess it from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a pretty good save, not taking out more cars. Everybody's still able to drive it, and see, we're riding now. We're right with Billy, and he's still holding that high side, praying that car doesn't break loose again. Again, Billy into the wall. This time with Brett Merle in the bumper. These guys, all riding back here and sitting 20th, 19, 29. These guys are really banging doors. McCarty brothers, they move up 15, 16. And you can see all around them tonight, it's been a lot of action. Where they go, it seems they keep finding a pack. They would love to get up there, though, right now with Eddie Morris, who is our current leader. David Hartney and the Cat 5-5, Ryan Gomes. Matt Allen still sits 4th. Sharon Hills move up to 5th. Butchino holding on to that 6th spot. And 5 to go here, so. Ryan Likens almost breaks loose there. You saw the rear end come out a little bit. We'll get back up here with this Avalanche 8. Ryan Gomes with a huge move comes down to the apron. He's able to get in front of Mr. David Hartney. He's moved into 2nd. Butchino follows suit. He's moved up 2 positions. He's now 4th. We'll ride with our leader, Eddie Morris. Remember, in that bottom on board, you see Eddie Morris. Right now, all green, that's all gas as he's on that backstretch. As you'll see, that green comes down. He is out of the gas. He is into the brake. And now coasting, just giving a little pump through. And full throttle back through. Got a nice set of racing gloves on. Does not match that Avalanche car, though. Does match the old car. We probably should have got him some matching gloves. He would definitely appreciate that.
I highly doubt it, but...
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't. I mean, part of me is hoping he holds on to this stage win. I mean, you can't be upset with a car if you're winning stages, right?
Right, and if he wins, does he keep the Avalanche car then?
I think you have to. I don't think you
Right?
can change it.
At least until you lose.
I don't know. He may be listening to this broadcast. He may slow up a little bit. As Devin Butchino and Ryan Gomes trying to run him down. They're closing this gap. Now to 2/10. Butchino finding a lot of speed as he's cutting down. Will he be able to clear? He won't. He's going to follow into the that bumper, so he gains a lot of speed on entry, but loses it on the exit, and that's where Eddie Morris is able to hold off. As there are going to be white flag for stage here. Remember, the caution will come out 2 seconds after the first place car crosses the line. Oh, it's going to be close. Where's it going to pop out? Waiting for the caution. And it's going to be Eddie Morris. Barely holds off Devin Butchno. If that came out at the line, it was going to be a lot closer. Those 2 seconds allowed Eddie to get that last second run. So Eddie Morris is going to be your stage winner. And we'll take a look now. Presented by Akers. Morris, Butchino, Gomes, Sharon Hill, David Hartney, Joe Wright, Matt Allen, Riley Gomes, Garrett Fox, and Mr. D. Wright. So 5 drivers from Neon, 1 trackside, 1 Van Hollen, and Allen Motorsports and Called a Dog, Patriot Sim. So stage 1 right now, pretty dominant by Neon. Everybody going to come in, get a little fresh tire, maybe some gas, and we'll rack them, stack them. So what we are going to do is we'll head to commercial. And that commercial brought to you by Dev Sports Cards. Check him out on eBay. Follow him on Facebook. He's going to be busy. He might have some ancient collectors right now. He has any Saquon Barkleys. They better not be in green yet. I'll be so mad at you, Dev. But the race off pit road. And was that Junior? Did he come in for a 2-tire change there? And Eddie Morris, I don't know if he had a little bit of trouble or he's coming off 22nd. Or maybe he had to pee.
I'm going to go with maybe a P.
Well, we're going to find out, though. We're going to go find old Eddie Morris. Eddie, guy and Rob in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
Man, what just went on with that pit? You come up there and win the stage, now you fall all the way back.
Yeah, man, I don't know what happened trying to get off pit road there. It just got a little crazy. So
It might have got a little slippery and a little icy there with that snow-covered car in that beautiful Avalanche car you're running tonight.
I wouldn't push it that far.
You know what? You're the stage winner, man. Congratulations in the new paint scheme. So it's doing something for you.
Yeah, we changing it after this week though. We can't do this.
Well, we said we don't know what Eddie's going to do, but falling all the way back to 20th, you were pretty quick. What's the plan going forward to try to get back up there with your teammates?
Well, if you'd asked me that like maybe a minute ago, I'd have said just maintain, save some tire, and get a decent finish. I'm like 21st in points, man. It's been a horrible start to the season, so those stage points absolutely help. But now that I don't know, man. Just survive and slowly pick my way through, hopefully, and maybe get back up to the front before the next pit cycle.
Well, we'll see if this car truly is lucky, and we hope to catch you up here at the end of the night, man. I'm going to get you back to Neon. I know the cautions are short, but good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, brother.
Old Eddie Morris from Neon Racing. He was your stage winner. A little bit of trouble underneath that pit stop. Devin Butchino, your current leader. He has Sharn Hill, teammate Joe right behind him. Mr. David Hartney is going to be on that outside. And then you got a pair of Gomes brothers, Ryan and Riley. But you know, going to look for another good restart. And he's going to get out in front. Again, Joe Wright and Sharn Hill almost side by side. But you know, kind of all by himself there. That's going to allow him to choose any lane he needs to and get it in action. We're going to get our tickers back up as we are back to green flag racing. Butch, you know, able to get about 3 car lengths up there in front of Joe Wright. You can see 2 different lanes coming. Hartney going to opt to go to the outside. Sharn Hill kind of forced to keep it low. Don't know if that's going to be part of his plan. But right now, that's where he's going to have to ride. So a little bit of chaos to start this race. Car slipping, spins the tires, kind of just lets loose. And then after that, a little bit of contact. We saw Duvendak fly. Nowhere to really go, and it's been pretty clean other than that. Some paint schemes got a little door action going on, and a lot of outside paint damage. But car damage, everybody's trying to maintain and keep clean. We'll see now if they're able to keep this green and get into a green flag pit stop. That could create a little bit of chaos for everyone. Eddie Morris, we're keeping an eye on. He's currently moved back to 16th. As we ride with Garrett Fox. Remember, Sunbelt, our sponsor for all cautions. Next caution, we'll make sure we head to their commercial. McCarty brothers, they're still making some ground up here as Jake just cracks into the top 10. Max currently sitting 12th. M&M Racing staying kind of grouped together as they also have the 11 at Brett Merle. Ryan Gomes right now, he's fallen back to 9th. Started on that 3rd line. He still has his brother. Separated by old Carlton Charles. Riley going to look to try to get past Carlton. And not going to be able to get down there and maintain the speed. He's going to have to come back up. And he'll get in front of Michael Pervolt. Realizes Pervolt's a little bit faster. Riley smartly moves out of his way. Pervolt going to take that high line. Riley on the bottom. I do like that Nickelodeon car, though. It's nice.
Sticks out, that's for sure.
It's sure. Well, you know what? There's a lot of lime green cars to include you and Hartney, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But that Nickelodeon really does stand out. He's got the slime on it, so. I'll tell you what, Blaze. This pizza, phenomenal. I don't know where you're at in the world, but this one's for you. I'm not going to lie, Duvendak wants to know where you're at. Kind of misses you. Needs you on Mondays.
Well, you can definitely tell the track is changing a little bit as we go in this run. And then again, it could be my damage, but even, what are we, 10 laps into this run right now, and my car is still extremely loose, so.
Well, taking a little bit longer, and we are going to check in. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Let's see, 68 degrees and 107 degrees on the track. We'll see if that changes. It is showing 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's going to get a little bit hotter for you. We'll see what that does to your track conditions. I know with the new weather system, they've been playing with them, trying to make the adjustments, and truck race had a little bit of lights not changing and going dark, but we're going to see what happens here. Looks like they worked all those kinks out. As Joe Wright trying to hold on to the lead. David Hartney, he's on the bottom. See if he's able to get a good run here. And Carlton Charles. Look at Carlton. Decides not to text and drive, and he's currently trying to chase down the leader.
It's amazing what you can do with 2 hands on the wheel, right?
And imagine, he's looking at his screen. We'll find out, though. He hears his name. He may look over, and the field may get caught up in something. Carlton opting to stay to that bottom side. Well, he's going to clear. Carlton with a pretty big move. He's going to get in front of Wright, and Carlton Charles is your current leader. But he's got a slew of drivers trying to chase it down right now, to include Prevolt, Hartney, Sharn Hill, and D-Wright. And don't look now. Eddie Morris cracks himself into the top 10. Oh, car's starting to get a little loose here. You saw a lot of corrections. Everybody able to keep it green? I know Devin Butchino felt a little uncomfortable there. He was stuck in the middle of that 3-wide action, and whoa, we got a caution. We got cars going backwards, and was that Carlton? I believe it was. We're gonna find out here. Let's try to get into a far chase with Revolt Charles. Ooh, Carlton tries to dive to the high side and comes back down and just hits that that rear corner of Prevolt, and Prevolt's car was actually the one going backwards. Carlton able to keep it under speed. Let's see, where did Mr. Prevolt end up? And he's able to let everybody by and stay clear, and ooh, one almost side skids him, able to save it. That is going to bring out our second caution as everybody heading to the pit road. As we will head to our second commercial break.
It's not very often you find a job where you look forward to coming to work every day.
The equipment rental specialist is a great way to start your career here at Sunbelt. You're the face of the branch, that first person that's going to give that customer that top-notch experience.
The everyday life as an ERS is never the same. Working with outside sales reps, job site visits, taking in a lot of phone calls. So being an ERS gives you a great opportunity to work in every aspect of the business.
When a customer gives me a call, I talk with them, find out what it is they're doing. If they're gonna have a delivery, ask for their address, get the information they need, how long do you need it for. Whenever they're done with it, they give me a call. I schedule a pickup and service it and send it right back out to the next customer.
We work with anything as big as like excavators, skid steers, to generators, chainsaws. I get a huge satisfaction of just seeing the equipment and contributing to projects.
Once you become an ERS, doors are open for you and you can almost do anything in the company. I was able to learn. That allowed me to become an outside sales rep.
The opportunities are endless, and Sunbelt really promotes from within, so it makes it a great company to work for.
Sunbelt offers a great support system. If there's ever anything you don't know, everybody you work with is willing to help you.
The training we get here is phenomenal. Everyone here is just wanting you to be your best, and they're always helping you learn.
When starting, they were able to help me get familiarized with the equipment and making the transition from my previous role to this role. I was able to make that smooth transition.
An equipment rental specialist allowed me to propel to the position that I am today as an assistant manager, and that just shows how the opportunities are endless.
Sunbelt is really for the employees. There's something for everybody in Sunbelt.
And we're back, still under caution here, as Max McCarty takes an interesting strategy and just takes gas, and he's going to be out there as our current leader. Only in the pit box, 6.2 seconds.
And poor Max is just going to get his doors blown off here, so he's got to be very vigilant on where these guys go here in a restart, otherwise he's going to get run over.
I think Max right now is looking for the end game. He did have to use his fast repair. Probably doesn't want to be too far up there in the front. But really impressive for Max. Only took 37 seconds to get down the pit lane. The average right around 47, 48. So Max, pretty quick getting in and out. As we're going to come to the restart. Going green is McCarty trying to get a big run, but those old tires, he knows he's a sitting duck. He's going to try to get to the high side as fast as he can. I imagine he's probably going to try to make everybody force him underneath him. Just had a car disappear. Might have been Devin.
Yeah, there's one on the apron. In the back.
He disappeared, and it might have been Sharon Hill, might have been Butch No. But Hill currently second. Butch No maintains third. Ryan Likens fourth, and the Cat 5-5. Telling you, Ryan Gomes is going to get him a win. He is consistently up here, consistently pushing, and we're just all kind of waiting for that moment. We waited on juniors, it finally happened. I mean, I kind of left the champagne. I didn't get a chance to pop it, so he's got to do it all over again. Eddie Morris, though, remember that that stage pit, he fell all the way back, 24th, 22nd. He is now currently sitting 6th, so able to get it all back.
We got another one breaking loose out of 2 here down on the apron.
Is that the 81 to your inside?
I believe it was.
It was Josh Hall breaking loose as you saw him come back on the track as we just switched over to Dubendak.
I mean, I gotta hand it to Max. He's holding that lead still on those old tires.
And I'll tell you what, I wonder if these guys are maybe trying to save a little bit too much. Maybe think Max is fast. I don't know. He's maintaining that speed. And just taking that full gas. He would love to be able to keep that extra set and maintain first place. We thought for sure he would have he's able to maintain here. Sharn Hill finally getting past Max. Not cleared yet. Will he be able to come back up? He's got Butchino. He's got Eddie Morris. That tire wear for Max kind of showing now as you see everyone able to stay on that bottom line and just kind of push past him. But I'm shocked. I mean, he's what, 7 laps into this stint right now, and he is still maintaining. He would love to keep in the top 5 and make it to the next fuel stop, but Hill and Butchino able to clear him. Well, Butchino to his inside. Max giving him everything he's got. Ryan Likens also looks like he only took gas. He's currently sitting 9th. Looks like everybody else took a full set. Sharn Hill, he's going to have to try to fight off Brett Murrell now. Murrell came with a surge. He was able to get past Max McCarty. Garrett Fox looking to make a splash. Eddie Morris and Butchino, they're kind of just riding back in that 5th and 6th position. Definitely a different change here. As you can see, Max McCarty went from the high line. He's moved to the bottom. I don't know if that's going to help him at all or if he's just trying to give way knowing that car is becoming a handful. But you can see he's currently now 5th.
We got one way down on the apron here, coming into 3. He's going to have to come to almost a complete stop. He's going through the grass.
Oh, was that Mr. David Hartney? It is, and let's go see what happened to him. I just saw him drop way down in positions. Let's see what happened to Hartney. He's on the low side. And just breaks loose, comes up, he's going to hit the wall hard. And dives it to the inside. And through the grass he goes. And to the pits he goes. As we're going to ride with Brett Merle. Currently 6th, trying to chase down the Cat 5.5. Sharon Hill still your leader. Eddie Morris climbs all the way back. He's currently 2nd. Garrett Fox, Devin Butchino. And we'll see if I remember here in 6 more laps to change it over to laps to go as we hit lap 66. Looks like Billy Titoff, he had a little bit of an issue again, but stays on track. And Mr. Hartney is back on the track, so I'm not quite sure what happened with him. And I don't know why. I'm still showing that under caution. We've been live forever, but I can't see my screen. Chat not helping me out tonight. Thanks, Cheese. I appreciate it. Been green for, what, 10 laps?
15 laps now.
15 laps. I just pulled the screen and I was like, wait, that's a caution. We're not under caution. We'll make sure we can actually see this screen. We'll keep the cameras up top. As currently riding with Garrett Fox. As he's got to catch Sharon Hill and leader Eddie Morris. Avalanched his way all the way to the lead. You like that? Devin Butchino currently sitting 4th. Ryan Gomes is 5th. My co-broadcaster, well, we won't talk about the night.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on old tires right now, so we got the car fixed. Now we need to get on a level playing field of tires, and we'll see what we can do from there.
Well, you do. You got Max McCarty. He's fallen all the way to 11, so as long as you can maintain, it should be all right. But a long way to go on those old tires.
Yes. I got about 19 more laps of fuel in this tank, so it's not going to be fun.
It is not going to be fun, and I think you're going to get could be a 2-tire stop. You're right, Cheese, it could, and we're going to see if those strategies of holding that extra set is going to work out for them, or are they going to end up putting them back in the hauler and taking them home? Hey, at least you're saving the broadcasting team money. We don't have to use them. Fox, though, still trying to chase it down. Eddie Morris, he's glad to be back up there. We'll see what he can do with it. Ryan Gomes, he's going to try to catch Devin Butchino. He's trying to follow that exact line as Butchino. So, interesting strategies. They come around that front. They're taking it extremely low, and we've seen it work for most cars tonight, but we've also seen some lose control and snap loose, and that's where the wall in the infield happened. Carlton involved in that incident for, what, the 3rd caution. He's moved now into 16th. Jay Vaught, he's driving slow. Let's see if we can find old Jay, see what happens, if anything. I think he just got a little bit of wall action. I think Duvendak would have saw him because he's right in front of him.
Yeah. Very, very far up there, though. I'm dropping like a rock now.
Well, you've got a long ways to go. And it's going to be hard to maintain not going a lap down, but at this point, you may need that caution.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And, oh, as I say that, almost like a B-dub commercial, the 85 goes into the wall and slows it down. Garrett Fox Almost came back down into traffic, smartly kept it up in the wall, and we stay green. Almost had the true broadcaster curse there. And
Right?
just, again, Garrett Fox into the wall. He is really struggling on exit right now. See, Morris, he's still holding on to that high line the whole way around. He may have burned a little bit of tire, though, to crawl his way all the way back up here, so it might be saving time as the leader. And we did pass lap 66, so we're going to change it over to 43 to go. Sharn Hill battling Eddie Morris for the lead. Morris up top, Hill on the bottom. Butchino, he's going to stay on the bottom with Sharn Hill. Does Eddie have the tire to hold it off? Butchino going to climb behind his teammate. And then arcs back down in front of the Cat 55. Will that give Sharn Hill just enough push to get past Eddie Morris? For a second, they ride 3 wide. Hill now having to pop up behind Morris. He's going to hop into a middle lane, and they're going to try to push 3 wide again. Butchino and Eddie Morris back and forth. And at the line, it is Eddie Morris by, maybe a splitter? I don't even know. It was close. And we'll put their team names up there as we coming to 40 to go. Butchino able to finally clear Eddie Morris. He's going to become our leader. See if this thing works here. If you bring this up. If this race did end, not counting our stage points, Butchino would take over the points leader. For Volt, D. Wright, Duvendak would drop to 4th. So, interesting. It doesn't take into account the stage points. That's going to have to be added by the admin team later. But these points pretty accurate. As the night goes on, we can watch it as it goes live. And you can see the points already shuffling. It's tight in the league. It is definitely a tight race. As Devin out in front, you've got Neon and Van Hollen. It's your 1, 2, 3 by team. And then Eminem and Trackside. Devin may be able to save a little bit tire, find a little fast line. They're 25 laps into this stint. About what, 10 laps to go, did you say there, Duve?
Yeah, if you run the fuel out, you got about 10 laps to go with fuel, but you might see guys hit pit road here a couple laps early once they get in their fuel window. Take advantage of those tires over everyone. Even if you can get in there a lap or two before the other guys you're racing, you're going to gain quite a few seconds on the guys in front of you.
On right now, these guys looking at one more pit stop. Those fuel windows going to be opening shortly. You figure, do you take a little bit less gas by pitting early but having to wear tires more? Do you take more gas but have fresh tires longer? It's going to be interesting to see what they choose.
Yeah, I think you'll see some guys gamble pit just a little bit outside that fuel window to try to take advantage of it. So.
Now Hill challenging Eddie Morris for second. He's got Jake McCarty, Ryan Gomes, and Michael Pervolt. Morris able to hold off the surge. That's just giving Devin Butchino a little bit more time. He's going to keep trying to pull ahead.
So we got our first cars hitting pit road here.
And that looks like it was going to be Brock Salvati and Joe Wright. They're going to go in on lap 74. We'll keep you updated as these cars come in. Right now, we're staying up here with these leaders. Butchino now a second ahead of these leaders. Looks like James Fox, he came into pit. Trey Spears. Jay Vaught on his way in. Duvendat came in. Mr. Likens, he's on his way in. Butchino right now trying to get some guys a couple laps down. Will he be able to keep them one lap down? Still has to pit. Pit road definitely seeing a little bit of action now. As it looks like the bottom 9 drivers have all come in. Garrett Fox on his way in. Trey Spears coming off with David Hartney. They are going to be a lap down. Ryan Likens comes off the pits. Right now, David Hartney on, looks like 19 lap stint. Remember, he did have that sudden jerk and headed to the pits, so he's got a little bit fresher tires. But Butchino and leaders all sitting on 33 lap tires with coming to 30 to go. All these drivers who have not pit, they are well in the fuel window. Everybody should have enough gas to make it, and here they come. Butchino, Sharn Hill, Ryan Gomes, all coming in. Looks like Michael Pervolt takes the gamble. I can only see him getting the lap lead coming in the next lap. I can't see him staying out there much longer, but we'll see. Josh Hall takes the gamble. These guys up here stayed out. They may be praying for the caution. Ryan Gomes currently on the pits. Looks like Pervolt and Hall may have been the only drivers. As all the stints are resetting. Oh, Tithoff, he may have stayed out. He's still on a 34-lap stint. And remember, David Hartney, he is off of everybody's. Tithoff's car is starting to break loose. And if you're Michael Pervolt and Josh Hall, that's what you want to see. You want one of these cars to break loose and that caution come out. It would trap a lot of cars down a lap, and they'd be able to pit under caution. But Pervolt's had enough. He's on his way in. Josh Hall trying to get past Pervolt in the pits. Get that lap led, and he has it as he comes to the start-finish line. With Pervolt being in the pits, that's going to leave Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino trying to catch Josh Hall. Josh Hall is on a 36-lapper, so he is about going to be out of gas, running close to fumes. He got his lap led. My bet is he comes this time around. We shall see. He's starting to get to the bottom.
Yeah, field is extremely spread out now after that green flag stops, so getting any type of caution is going to be a little bit tougher now.
And Josh Hall, the last car to come in from the 36-lap stint. David Hartney now on the oldest tires at 24. The rest of the field somewhere between 2 and 7. But like Duvidek said, field is extremely spread out, and you've got a bunch of cars a lap down. Most of them able to get back to the lead lap. Billy Tithoff almost hits a wall. Could have brought out a caution, made contact with individuals, and that would have trapped out probably about 19 cars. So we're glad that did not happen, and we stayed green. Eddie Morris to the lead. As he's got to go 27 more laps. Butchino, Sharon Hill, Jake McCarty, Ryan Gomes are going to try to look to play spoiler here. Carlton and the Balenciaga going back and forth for 18th back there. Josh Hall coming back out on the track. He went from 1st to 18th.
Oh, and unfortunately, Pervolt just had a connection drop, so he is out of the race now.
And that is not good, as he is 2 laps down, so had some issues, and the connection dropped, which we can't see up in the booth, and that's the benefit of having Rob Duvendak in the car, is he can monitor the driver's channels and pick up all the action from them and any connection issues and flag issues. He gets to hear all the things we can't play on broadcast.
I always wanted to have like an extra show and do it radioactive like NASCAR does, and play some of the audio from the races that we hear.
It would definitely be the fan choice would definitely be selected there. It would be fun. Have it go on to the adults only channel, and hey guys, don't have your kids watch this because it's going to be in driver.
SCSRA at night, we'll call it.
After dark. And some of these guys really coming down close to the grass and riding right back up to that high side, trying to maintain the speed into the turn. As that's Carlton. And we're going to try to get back up here to Devin Butchino. Sharon Hill and Eddie Morris. Butchino looks like he's kind of just riding, trying to maintain position there. Doesn't want to lose too much ground. Not going to try to fight for too much ground. Oh, big move by Jake McCarty. He kind of splits the hole there as he goes in between Butchino and Hill. And McCarty off to the races. He's looking to move into second. Eddie Morris, though, with a 3-second lead, is he's way out front. All the racing in the backs allowed Eddie to just kind of run his line and go.
And he is still gapping second and third there, so I think he pitted pretty late in that run, if I'm not mistaken, so he's got probably the freshest tires.
He did. He is currently on a 9-lap stint, so Sharon Hill and Butchino, they're on the 8-lap. Looks like all these guys really on about the same lap tire. Joe Wright currently sitting 7th. He's one of those drivers in that 12 to 14 range. And only one of 2 cars as Trey Spears and James Fox. One of 3 cars as Fox just moved into the top 10, who were on those little bit earlier tires. You can see, though, the field definitely spread out now. Between 1st and 19th, it is a 28-second gap with lap traffic in between. Currently still sitting with 19 on the lead lap.
And it looks like Microvolt's trying to come back into the session, although fortunately the damage is done at this point. So I think he's just hoping that the race turns into chaos at the end and he can gain some spots.
Yeah, he is currently 6 laps. I think by the time he fully connects, he'll probably be closer to the 8 to 9. We'll keep an eye on him. Bullock right now, he's out of the race. And also Tyler Powers. Oh, Michael Pervolt, sorry, he's 9 laps. 7 laps off of Rob Duvendek.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm 2 down. I shot myself in the foot and I was speeding, exiting pit road. I gunned it up 1 line too early.
Right now, it is all Eddie Morris. He would love for this to stay green. He talked about it's been a challenge this season and really staying up front. He's been involved in some accidents that just out of his control, and really cars just coming down and taking him out most times. Change the paint scheme, win stage 1. He's looking to come out and sweep this race.
Might have to borrow that scheme from him next week.
I think, what do you call that? Is that a hat trick if you're an Avalanche fan? I think it is. As we ride with Mr. Trey Spears, he's got Junior and Mr. D right in front of him, currently sitting 12th. Trey, he's on an 18-lap stint right now. He was one of the earlier drivers, so had the speed early, and that's why he was able to get back from that 1 lap down. But, oh, we got one going to the apron. And it was green. So that's going to tell me first one I checked on was you, but you weren't screaming, so I know it's not you. Where is... Was it Mr. Hartney or Ryan Likens, maybe? And it was David Hartney, as he's had a tough night. Let's see if we can find that rear chase camera. And see what it... Let's get up there with old Eddie Morris. And this is what he sees in his rear view. It is not a lot. These guys able to close that gap. Remember, Eddie was over 3 seconds. They're about 2.5 now back. Sharon Hill, Devin Butchino, Jake McCarty, Ryan Gomes, and Max McCarty now. All trying to make a run to come back down. And you see Sharon Hill. He's about 0.6 of a second in front of Dev, so... Knows there's 15 laps to go. Will they be able to make a late run and run down Eddie Morris? These 4 cars here would be considered our first pack on the field, as see, that's going to be Jake McCarty. He's got Max McCarty, but Max McCarty, he's 8 seconds behind Ryan Gomes now. So between 5th and 6th is an 8-second gap. And then you can see Merle and Garrett Fox in the 85. Garrett Fox sitting 2 laps down. They're riding together. Joe Wright and D Wright, they've got 2 seconds between them, and they've only got a position between them. So field spread out, as Duvendak called out earlier. And it is definitely going to take a caution to try to bunch this field back together. As the top 5 definitely pulling away. Eddie Morris hoping he can fight off that pack behind him. You know, I think Eddie would appreciate this camera. We'll ride with that nose cam, as he's going to be coming up on lap traffic. Hill running out of time.
Looks like he's starting to run Eddie down, though. He's got it down to 2 seconds.
He is. He was over 3, got it to over 2, and now he is under 2, and really making some ground. He's got Devin Butchino in tow, so Eddie gonna have to be careful here. Doesn't want to be too cautious.
Well, you got to imagine Eddie's a very smart driver, so he might just be minding the gap and conserving some tire here, taking it a little easier. That's why that gap might be closing up.
Yeah, I do think Eddie's smart enough to save a little bit for these guys, and we're going to find out as we have 10 to go. So this race, remember, started with the caution, had a stage caution. What, 1 additional wreck after that, and it's been all green since then. Major change from what we saw a week ago. Had a bunch of cautions last week. These guys really came out, worked on cleaning it up, and it's showing tonight. As Butchino going to be able to get past Sharn Hill. And they're down to a 2.5 seconds. See, Eddie Morris really slowing it up in the turns there. Really trying to conserve that tire. He knows they're coming. He knows this is going to be a dogfight at the end. Gets past the lap traffic. That lap traffic, as Sharnhill and Butchino are coming up on it. Ryan Likens, he's just going to stay on the high side. Hill and Butchino going to dive to the bottom, and they're going to get past Likens. Now, we showed you the rear chase earlier. Let's get back up there with Eddie Morris now. They are closing the gap. Remember, we checked it. They were 3 seconds separating. That is now under a second as Butchino leading the charge. Sharnhill in tow. And they're looking to catch Eddie Morris. Oh, we got one into the wall in front of Eddie Morris. And it looks like it's Carlton. Nope, I'm sorry. It's the Balenciaga, not Carlton. Mixing up my two drivers there. Balenciaga, though, I think just dove to get out of the way, knowing that this pack was coming. They know it's about to be a race and a dogfight here for a finish. Under a 0.5 second lead for Eddie Morris. Butchino staying on that low side. Eddie Morris been consistent on that high side. Eddie Morris comes to the 27 lap mark on this stint. When this race finishes, if it stays green the whole way, it'll be a 31 lap stint. Will Eddie Morris be able to hold off? Butchino, oh, he's showing. Will he be able to clear Eddie Morris? Eddie sticking to that high side. These guys side by side. Ticker going back and forth. Butchino Morris. Butchino Morris. Butchino going to come out in front. He's going to clear in front of Eddie Morris. Devin Butchino, our new leader. Does Butchino have enough to hold Eddie Morris off now? Remember, Sharnhill still kind of just riding. He pit with Butchino. Eddie definitely living and dying by that high lane, not dropping down at all. You can see Butchino gaining that speed on that lower line in the turns. And Eddie starts to dip. We have not seen that for a while. He says, hey, 2 to go. Let's see if I got the tire. But we're going to have lap traffic all around these drivers, as they are able to get around. one car. J-Vot kind of slowed Eddie Morris up a little bit. Eddie wanted to come up a little bit higher, didn't have it. Sharn Hill had to hold it. We are in our white flag. Butchino now, he is 6/10 up. Hill trying to still get past Eddie Morris. Here they come to the line. And it is going to be Devin Butchino. Comes back to pass teammate Eddie Morris, who... Ooh. Was it Sharn Hill get past Eddie Morris at the line? Looks like Butchino, Hill, Morris. As these guys come in to cool it off. Let's look at our acre standings here. It was Sharn Hill and then Eddie Morris. Hey, good night though for M&M Racing, as they're going to finish 4th, 6th, 7th, and 9th. So, good outing for old M&M Racing. Neon coming out 1-3-8. Van Hollen takes 2. Trackside 5th. And Allen Motorsports 10th. And as these guys get situated and celebrate, we'll take a few seconds and head to commercial. To work on getting our 3rd place finisher after he wins stage 1. Wasn't able to hold him off. The snow kind of fell and the avalanche came. Eddie Morris finishes still with the podium. Starts to turn the luck around, and here you are, 3rd place, bud. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks, brother. How's it going?
Man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of avalanche comments tonight, so you need to get out of that paint car.
Man, it's definitely gonna go. If I'd have been in my Morris Customs paint, we would have been able to finish. But you know, being in an avalanche paint, not being able to finish, you know, it kind of to be expected.
Well, you know what? I think we're gonna have to blame the paint. You know, I said if you won, you might have to keep it, and I think it just slowed you down at the end. Too much draft there, and not enough, man. But heck of a race tonight, man. At one point, almost 4 seconds ahead of those guys. We thought you were saving tires, and it looks like Devin may have saved just a little bit more, and what did he pit? 1 lap after you, I believe.
Yeah, it was. I knew everybody was going to start going. I knew I could make it to the end, so I figured I'd pop in there and see if I could make up any time. And when I was coming around, going into 1 and 2, I seen Butchino and Hill there coming off the pits, and I was like, heck yeah. So I poured it on a little bit, and then I tried to save a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go, and then I'm going to save a little bit. And I didn't save enough. So.
No, and wasn't able to hold those 2 guys off, man. It came to the end. it showed Hill finishing third and then swapped right as you came to the line, and I think he got you maybe by the nose there, but man, all around, you got to be happy with these results. It's been a rough couple weeks, man. I'm glad to finally have you back up here in the booth.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It definitely has been a rough start to the NextGen side. So I'll definitely take the positive points today. Not be too disappointed with a P3 after having a pretty fast car. Messed up, shot myself in the foot on pit road, slid through my box, and if you ever done any of this type of thing, a lot of that time on pit road can be costly. So I was trying to make up for that, tried to get out of my box a little faster, and it ended up looping around. And instead of being, that guy that wanted to, just in general, the guy that tries to get back out in front when everybody's coming, I was like, I'll just sit here and wait for everybody to go, and I'll just suck it up and see where I can finish. So, and after all that, P3 stage win, I'll take it.
Man, it was a heck of a job. I was monitoring you the whole way up on the broadcast to watch you go all the way from 22nd, and I'm like, man, he's already back up here in 12th. Oh, Eddie Moore's cracks top 10. Eddie Moore's cracks top 5. Eddie Moore's to the lead. So we watched the whole journey. You'll see it the entire broadcast, man. But heck of a run. Came up a little bit short, man, but I'm glad to have you up in the booth.
I appreciate it, man.
Well, you know how we're going to end it. Floor is yours, sir.
All right. Yeah, so first and foremost, man, I want to thank you and everybody involved in doing the broadcast like you do. It looks amazing every week. We appreciate your hard work. Appreciate you being here and doing this. Shout out to everybody that runs the league. I'm kind of thrown off here a little bit, man. It's got to be the paint. It's got to be the paint.
It's the paint.
So shout out to Dev Sports Cards, series sponsor. I was going to run his paint tonight like I did in the trucks yesterday, but I lost a bet and had to drive this hideous Colorado Avalanche car, which is going to be changed in about 10 minutes. So shout out to Dev. If you have any sports cards or memorabilia or anything like that you're looking for, go check him out on eBay at Dev Sports Cards. Shout out to Morris Customs. They didn't paint this car. I don't think they put out anything that's ugly. But shout out to them for being on the car. Every race but this race. Shout out to my teammates, man. I got Dev. Congrats to him for winning. I was hoping I was going to hold him off a little bit there. Didn't happen. But shout out to him for winning. That was pretty awesome. I mean, even if I can't win it, one of my teammates do. That's still a win in my book. Solid points day for the team. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Hartney. D. Wright, of course. Or shout out to everybody that allows me to do this. And was it the West Michigan? Help me out here with it. What is it? The West.
Oh, it's way better when you've got to remember it. Here, I'll even put up the screen for you. Right?
Yeah.
I'll even help you out enough to put up the screen for you.
America's Auto Auction, West Michigan 85. I got it. I found it before
you
did, bro.
I don't even remember the 85. It is America's Auto Auction, and if you Google them, they're everywhere.
Wow.
So I didn't realize, I thought it was just a small chain. I really didn't know anything. I have them down here. You have them up there. They're everywhere.
Awesome.
But
check them out for my next new auto needs.
Yeah,
America's Auto Auction.
Yeah,
awesome.
Up there in that Western Michigan area. So, and this whole race threw me off. I mean, you look at we changed tracks, and then you got the sponsor from West Michigan, and I'm like, wait, we just ran Michigan. I was all thrown off in the beginning, and I was like, wait, we're not at Homestead. We're going out to Cali. So we made it through, buddy.
Yeah. For sure, man. And shout out to Acres also. You need any real estate or anything like that, go check those guys out at Acres. I don't have that in front of me either. Man, I'm so horrible with this, bro.
You're doing good on it, though. Hey, you're hitting them, and just don't thank Cheeseburger because he's on there as a sponsor too, and we'll leave him alone.
Oh man, yeah, moldy cheese.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheesy B too. Appreciate everybody that reaches out and ends up sponsoring these races, even though I can't remember them. I apologize for that. I'll try to be better in the future. But shout out to those guys for stepping up, and it really does help the league out. So we appreciate that also. So.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the podium finish, and glad to finally have you up here. And Tonight was a good night, but I'm going to head you off to the pits now so you can get rid of that paint job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. You have a good night.
See you, brother.
All right, Eddie Morris led a ton of laps tonight. Just not able to get it done. And right at the end, we've got Mr. Sharon Hill. He's up in the booth, and welcome, man. Able to get Eddie Morris, I think, at the line. It was close. Yep. You got a copy?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I got you now.
Cool. Perfect. How are you?
Man, you know what? We are doing good. Got to see some exciting racing. You and Devin Butchino able to both run down Eddie Morris. Thought it was going to be a challenge with about 10 to go, and you guys able to get it done. I think you got past Eddie at the line, man, so congratulations.
Thank you. Definitely needed that run after the past couple weeks.
No, it's definitely going to bring some good team points and really some good points to help you bounce back. Tell you what, we haven't really had this booth has been different drivers every week, and finally I get Mr. Hill up here, I got Mr. Morris up here, and we're gonna get Mr. Butchino, man. How'd you feel tonight in the car?
I felt really good. I was kind of surprised early on in the race how much speed the runs held. I expected to fall off a little bit more than what we did, but that was nice because it allowed me to perfect my line and figure out where I could run best, and then by the end of the race really pick it up and get to the front.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. It looks like you and Devin actually were using a little bit more of all the track, and Eddie tried to just hold primarily high until I think it was too late. So I think it worked out in your guys' favor, man. So congratulations on the P2 tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, Devin was a little bit better at saving tires and running the bottom than I was. I was way too tight going into one, so I kind of made a second groove, a lane up. But, I mean, it worked. Can't complain about second place.
Well, this week, a little bit of a screwball thrown to the entire league as we move from Homestead all the way out to Autoclub. Had to get those car haulers all the way across the country. And now we're going to drive all the way back and head to Dover, man. How you feeling about going to Dover next week?
So, on the service, I've been pretty good at Dover. I've never run a cup race there, though. I've run ARCA trucks and Xfinity, so it's going to be a lot of testing this week, see how the tires fall off, see where the grooves are at, how much it moves, see if I can put together some competitive lap times and get ready. I mean, I feel like with the field size that we have, it's super competitive nationally. You've got like 30 plus guys every week. So just trying to find over the course of the next 7 days a little bit of an edge over the rest of the competition is going to be important.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. It shows week in and week out. You can really tell the guys who put in that extra time, put in those extra laps. And you're right, these fields have been incredible, and it's going to be very hard to even have multiple wins this season where we've seen seasons before. So just getting a podium finish at this point, man, you've got to be happy with the results.
Very, very, very happy. But like you said, it's going to be tough to win multiple races. So whenever I get a chance to win one, I need to make sure I capitalize on it.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, I will let you get out of here. But before I do, we're going to leave out with the floor is yours. Give you a chance to thank all your family and sponsors.
So I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank everybody that's believed in me to this point. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, my friends, my business partners with my personal training business, everything in life. Can't be more grateful at the moment.
Man, definitely. And you know what? I'm glad I get to learn a little bit about you, man. And being a business owner, it's always a challenge. My wife's a business owner, man. So go out and support them. If anyone listens, out here with Sharon, go out here, give them a little bit of business, man. Shop local, stay local, and train local in your condition. But
yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the small business owners out there.
Yeah, buddy. But all right. Well, we will get you out of here, get you into the pits, and this way you can go into that post-race chat and chat with the guys a little bit, and give me an opportunity to get Devin up in the booth.
Yes, sir. Hope to talk to you again next week.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too.
And without further ado, we damn boys, Devin Butchino. Welcome to the booth.
Oh God, I think I spent more money the past 2 days than my Cowboys did in free agency, man.
You know
what
though?
the heck?
Hey, they made a splash today. Is that what we're gonna call
Eric
it?
Kendricks.
They got Kendricks. I mean, they got an old
No,
man,
no.
and they got a
They
long
dipped their-
snapper.
They dipped their toe into the water to see what the temp was.
Oh, you know what? I give Dev Sports Cards a shout out, and you're gonna shout them out tonight. But I swear to you, if I ever go on your website and see a Saquon in green, I'm cutting the commercial.
No. What's our YouTube channel rated? Because I don't think I can say how I actually feel about Saquon.
Absolutely, But man, Dev, I'll tell you what. At one point in this race, Eddie was way out there, about 3.5 seconds for you. Had Sharn with you. I knew you have a history of kind of laying back and being the pit viper in the end. 10 laps to go, you turned it on, man, and able to chase down your teammate. And when you got past him, like we've seen time and time again, gone. And able to hold him off.
Yeah, man, it was a little bit of a game of chess. I mean, we lost a lot of time to Sharn getting on pit road because I was wearing my stuff up before that last stop, and Sharn went from I think it was a second and a half back to right on my bumper on pit road. So I was like, dang, and I knew Eddie pit a lap before us. And there's some tracks, every one of us would love to go out there and lead every lap, start of the fuel run to the end of the fuel run. But there's some tracks where I just can't do that. You know what I mean? And I'd rather be where I am now than lead every single lap. This is just one of those tracks. I used to be really bad here. Then I figured out how to run this place for the long run. If we would have gotten a string of cautions, I don't really know what I would have done. I think I spent one lap not on the white line tonight. I know I only made one pass on the outside. Just have to be super patient here. And like you said, it was a game of chess. Eddie, he really got out there, and then 4 seconds back with 20 laps to go, I was thinking to myself it was too much, and having to battle Sharn too. But we were talking before he pulled him down, and I don't know if him running a lane up or his tires just that little bit extra. We were able to get by him pretty quick and run down Eddie. But I mean, what a race by these guys. I got to pat everyone on the back. I mean, to go from what we had last week to clean it up to this week, man. Incredible group of guys, man. To give us the green flag racing, the green flag stops, the strategies coming into play with 5 different lines, man. I'm very proud of this group, man. We have all sets of skill levels here. And yeah, I cannot stress enough how proud I am of everyone tonight, man. I posted in the Discord saying, hey guys, let's clean it up. I know we're capable of it. And for them to go out there and prove that, man, is freaking awesome.
Well, and as you're saying, all I can think is your heart must have dropped. We started this race real rough. Car snapping loose. Probably that initial tires aren't hot. Spinning the wheels. One snaps loose. Immediate caution. And I was like, oh, man, here we go. Are we going to drive aggressive? And I'll tell you what, after that, we only had 2. One being the stage. And we're back to the SCSRA racing that we've become accustomed to, man. So great show tonight. Heck of a job by you. Neon gonna continue to just keep gaining points with the 1-3 finish. I want to say D Wright finished.
He fought back to 11th
and Joe 8th. So
and Hartney, I know Hartney finished 22nd, but he had speed. I mean, you showed this. You saw the speed that he showed.
He really did, and he had an incident where he had to kind of go into the pits a little early, and it kind of threw him on his own little game, and he was able to maintain and still finish 22nd. So.
Yeah, the communication's great between the Neon guys, man. Everyone just feeds off each other, and I think it's definitely showing. We're having a really good season. We've picking up right from last season, man. I'm just really proud of all the guys on the team for sure.
Well, and you see who's not in the booth with me. He was there goes my points lead. No, he had to go let his dog out, so I said I'll handle the interviews, and Dev's gonna go back into the points lead. So, but definitely heck of a turnaround, man. We go to Dover next, so that's going to bring on its own challenge, and looking forward to next week, man. How you feeling about it?
I'm excited. Last time we ran there in trucks, led a lot of laps and got caught up in something, but that's going to be maybe our first prove it race of the season. It's a super technical track. You go in on entry, you go down. It feels like you're going down a slide, and it's like a roller coaster. It's like a concrete roller coaster. You go down a slide on entry, and then on exit you come up, and these cars get super weightless there. So we have to continue to grow off of this week's performance. I'm going to need a lot of patience, man. Dover is a very tricky track this early in the season with 30 guys racing. So, we have to just go in there with the same mindset. It's tough to pass, and it's a self-cleaning track. So if someone wrecks on exit, there's going to be a lot of fast repairs taken up. I can promise you that.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I remember reading in the chat that we got to do better. Homestead, we don't caution under Homestead, and then Homestead kind of fell apart with the setups this week. iRacing, we know we had iRacing difficulties last
killed us,
week,
man.
and we had it again this week. I mean, now that these updates seem to finally be finishing, we should be smooth sailing. But hey, smart decision by the admin team. You guys moving it out to Autoclub, kept it comparable, and these guys performed as if it was Homestead, man. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to the league. It was a heck of a night.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. We can't do this without you. We appreciate everything you do for us. It's been a blast this season, man. We said all off season 7 is going to be the best season we've ever had. I really think we're living up to that.
I think that is truth for sure. And these fields keep staying the way they are, and these guys drive like they are. They're putting on a show week in and week out, and it's awesome to watch. But I know you got to get out of here. You got to get in the booth. But before you do, you know it, man. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guy. I just want to shout you out for doing this, man. Everything, the broadcast, the YouTube channel. Love working with you and your is it ASA? I do apologize. Your ASA on Mondays.
ASR.
ASR on Mondays, man. We're just you're a piece of the SRA, man. I'm happy to call you a brother. We're really working well together. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, or whatever they say. I don't know. So thank you for doing this, guy. We're getting you out of here before Thursday, which is cool. I just want to shout out Morris Customs, new paint scheme for this season. Simple racing stripes. Always love running the colors for Eddie as he does for me. So shout out to Morris Customs, Dev Sports Cards, Level Up Subs, new Craft Fine Jewelry and Design, all my teammates. My parents, they always watch these. I go watch it with them the day after normally. My girlfriend, Kaylee, she's super supportive of all this. The admin team, we are just Hartney, Eddie, Sylvan. They're always on top of things. And just shout out to everyone tonight, man. This field, 30-car field, and it looks like there was racing from first back to 30th. So just super excited, and we're going to have to get ready for Dover.
Yeah, and before I move you out of the booth, man, you can get rid of the worry because Devin, you are locked in. So
that didn't even click for me. That's huge, man.
That is huge the way this field is, and I've heard it. What if the champs don't lock in? It's going to be hard for you and Eddie, and you got one of the two, man. And Eddie's time is coming. We know it. So congratulations, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everything you do again, and then just shout out to everyone that makes this league what it is. So I hope you have a great night, brother, and we'll head to Dover, see what we can do.
Yeah, man, we're excited.
All right, I appreciate it, brother. You have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, you too.
Take care. Also, Saquon, you can kick rocks. Okay. Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. That is Mr. Devin Butchino, and that's our race winner. And he said he's going to get me out of here before Thursday, but if he didn't, it wouldn't be a bad thing because Thursday night, SCSRA live night, and Mr. Hartney, he's a pretty busy guy. I guess he's a pretty guy too. You can check him out. If you tune in Thursday, you can actually check out Mr. Hartney. In fact, I don't know if his driver cam's still up, but we'll take a look. He shut it down. But tune in tomorrow night as SCSRA is going to go and review the week. So that's ran by Mr. Hartney. See what other admins we pull, any other drivers. So last week he did have Junior on there and special guests. So episodes are on YouTube. Check them out. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe the channel. You definitely help us grow and help us get the voices out there. And until then, that's it for me this week. Tune in tomorrow night. And next race will be Monday night, followed by Wednesday night. So it's going to be the same schedule, round and round. But you guys have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.